A load of rubbish. Rubbish is what you and I throw away. Anything from unwanted old cars to cigarette packets. Worldwide, the amount of rubbish is growing rapidly. The time has come to think about rubbish very seriously. As a subject, rubbish is not particularly romantic or attractive. We only think about it when there are shortages, such as those during a war. In Britain, in the Second World War, for example, old metal and paper were recycled, that is, reused, because it was difficult to get new supplies. Afterwards, people went back to throwing things away. The rubbish you and I are likely to throw away is things like beer cans or bottles, or packaging around things we buy. The packaging is often there to sell the product and nothing more. You throw it away, and it ends up in the dustbin, along with your old bottles, plastic, and cans. What still often happens then is that everything is taken away to a rubbish dump and buried, but not always. In the early 70s, attitudes towards rubbish began to change. In Britain, in 1971, there was an outcry when Schweppes, the soft drink manufacturers, introduced disposable or throwaway bottles. Previously, you took bottles back to the shop and were paid for them. The conservation group, Friends of the Earth, organized a protest. They simply left thousands of the new bottles outside Schweppes' offices. In fact, Schweppes did not change their minds, but the protest did begin to make people think seriously about rubbish. If you look at what a typical British dustbin contains, you will see that most of it need not be rubbish at all. Most of the textiles, glass, metal, paper, and cardboard can be recycled, and you can burn plastic, paper, and cardboard as fuel for heating, which saves energy. You can use the vegetable waste to make compost to improve gardens. The problem is to get authorities and governments to make it easy to reuse what we throw away. This is because individuals cannot recycle paper or metal for themselves. It is a big operation. In more and more countries, it is now quite normal to take all your old bottles to a bottle bank, where they are collected and reused. More and more paper is being recycled. In Switzerland, for example, the amount of paper being recycled is over 70%. This figure varies around the world, but it is increasing. Another welcome trend is that containers and packaging are now being designed so that they are easy to recycle. Now designers don't use plastic-covered paper wrapping or drink cans made of two different metals. Both of these are difficult to recycle. Plain paper and single metals are not.